You saw the thumbnail, roughly 51-inch shoulders. How is it done? The first thing I'm going to tell you is something that no one else would start with. Everyone says, well, if you want bigger shoulders, you got to grow the muscles. That is only partially true. What you should actually be focusing on is the bone here, the collarbone, clavicle. And this bone is what actually gives you the width. So I'm going to show you a photo on screen right now. One is a guy who has more muscle in comparison to his height. Another one has some muscle, but not that much, relatively speaking. However, you would rather be one than the other. That's because one has good bones and one has bad bones. What you want to do is improve your bones. So how do you improve your bones? The number one exercise for improving your bones are pullovers. I'm going to show you a photo on screen, video, whatever I decide to do in editing. You want to do it across the bench, fully breathe in, really expand here, bring it over, bring it up. That's it. And you want to do this in a weight, not super heavy, because you're not training the muscle here. You're training this area with your ribs. See, can you see my hands? Yes, you can. This rib area, you're trying to expand this. And this will not only help you get the shape, which I'll go over more later, but it's also going to, because this is attached to your rib cage. So if your rib cage goes out, so will this. That will improve your frame. This will also help you get taller, hormones, etc. Right? Very important exercise and very underrated. You always want to be, and also when you squat to go with this, really open up that rib cage. All right, you're trying to grow this area. It's called a thorax. Now, stretches. I know everyone talked about stretches for growing taller and those other things, and it seems kind of airy-fairy like guru stuff. But I want you to think about your bones and your muscles kind of like gum, okay? Imagine you had a solid piece of gum that was brand new, and you try like squishing it. Assuming it's not one of those like thin pieces of gum, it's like a Hubba Bubba gum. You can't really do anything. But imagine if you chewed it, you really broke it down. What could you do? Well, now you could stretch it. This, that. You'd stretch it really easily when you couldn't do that before. That is what doing these stretches I'm going to tell you is going to do for you. And pullovers are one really good stretch. If you've never done them before, you're going to realize the stretch you'll feel in this area, right? But it's very important because what you're trying to do is get your bones to grow. If you don't stretch and everything's tight, it's kind of like that hard piece of bubble gum. Can't really move it. But if you stretch, like that stretch a piece of gum, you can actually make stuff happen, be more malleable. So the stretches are very simple, okay? This, I'll show this on stream because I don't have the thing with me, but you do that over your head, arm circles, like super simple stretches. This will just make sure everything here is nice and soft so you can grow, all right? Now, food. No one believes me, and I can tell by their action, when I talk about how important food is. Okay, food made me taller. Food gave me muscle. Food made my shoulders broader. And the foods should be eating, it's a very simple diet. Beef, eggs, raw milk, fruit, honey. That's the base. You can add a little bit of carbs if you want. You can add maybe some vegetables. Not the biggest fan of vegetables personally, but we can add some other stuff, right? Even some quote-unquote junk food. My junk food's organic junk food, but even the stuff that's kind of worse. If you just have that solid base, you'll be fine. I understand a lot of you guys are going to say, well, I don't have the money. Should be prioritizing making money. If you look on this channel, you'll see plenty of videos about them. Join the Discord, you'll get personalized help if you just ask a question at this point. Giving free answers, free information, including this video and in the Discord. But in any case, okay, cut out the sugar, the processed sugar, cut out the processed seed oils. You can Google what are processed seed oils. You'll see them. Look at the packages. Look for corn syrup. Look for these different things. Avoid those. Try to eat more protein, animal protein. And like I said, if I understand a lot of you guys eat food from your parents, if your parents aren't getting good food and you can't convince them to get better food, you're going to start making some money, bro. Because if you really want to grow your frame, your body needs the resources to do so. Now, let's talk about another thing. Not even getting into exercises yet. The illusion of wider shoulders. So my shoulders are about 51 inches, give or take. Oh, well, actually, your measuring tape was about a quarter of an inch off. Whatever, bro. Big shoulders. One thing that helps a lot is that my waist is about 28, 29 inches, which is relatively small. That gives you the shape, all right? So One way you can make your shoulders look broader is by reducing your waist size. The way you do this is by not doing those weighted sit-ups and those type of exercises. If you want like a big, powerful looking core, those are good. But if you want like a slim core and want to make your shoulders look broader, don't do weighted crunches, weighted sit-ups. Only ab exercises you should be doing are uh, the ab work you get from squats and hanging leg raises. That's it. Don't train your obliques because I'll make you wider. And do stomach vacuums. Look up stomach vacuums and see how to do it. That will help trim down your waist. That will help your shoulders look broader. And of course, let's get the exercises for the shoulders. You already know them, bro. Lateral raises. Only two that are kind of different, I could tell you, are upright rows. Those work pretty good for me. And behind the neck press. Those also work pretty good for me. Now, I would start those at a lower weight because I've heard some people have shoulder issues with those. I personally never had any, but if you have shoulder problems, you don't want to go into those at super heavy weights because that's not going to be good for you. But everything else, shoulder press, these all work fine. Just do the ones that you think feel good for your shoulders. Don't do an exercise just because someone else did it, okay? Because that's the easiest way to do exercises that aren't made for your body composition, the way your body is shaped. Everyone has different bodies. Everyone responds differently to certain exercises. Pick the exercises that work the best for you. Just find a long list of exercises on the internet and see which ones work for you as for your shoulders. But for your shoulders, for your frame, for your overall physique, you should be focusing on your frame, your bones, okay? Now, that being said, if you want more information, including censored information I can't post on YouTube, join the Discord, check out this video, subscribe for more amazing videos, like if you found it helpful. I'll see you in the next one.